Welcome. In this video, we are going to discuss about the important law regarding the electric current and potential. A very famous law, that is Ohm's law. We are going to discuss about Ohm's law. Previously we have studied about the circuit diagram, different symbols of the circuit diagram. Now a quantitative relation between the current strength and the potential difference was studied by a German scientist, Georg Simon Ohm, studied by Georg Simon Ohm in 1827. In 1827, he studied experimentally the current strength corresponding to the potential difference. So there is a direct relation between the two quantities. You have already studied about current strength. What is current strength? The amount of electric charge passing per unit time through a given cross section area of a conducting wire is called electric current. It is denoted by I. And what is potential difference? The potential difference between 2 points of an electric conductor is defined as the amount of electrical work done on bringing the unit positive test charge from one point to another. Suppose that we have a conductor XY. We want to know about the current passing, potential difference between the two. What it does mean? It means when unit positive charge is brought from X terminals to the Y terminal, the work done is equivalent to the potential difference between the 2 points. You know that potential difference is denoted by B and current strength is denoted by I. Ohm performed an ingenious experiment in which he used different cells corresponding to different potential difference between the terminals. Let us try to understand a simple circuit responsible for studying the Ohm's law. See here, let us try to understand. We want to measure the current strength corresponding to the given potential difference between the terminals of the wire. Let R be the resistance or resistor. X and Y. It is connected in series along with ammeter A, switch plug K, and the source of electric current, that is battery. First of all, he observed using a single cell. Let the potential difference of the single cell is V1, and the potential difference between the resistor R is measured by using a voltmeter connected between the two terminals of the resistor R. V is nothing but the voltmeter. This voltmeter is connected parallel to the resistors. Voltmeter is always connected parallel to the series circuit, and ammeter is connected in a series, because ammeter has to provide current strength and voltmeter has to provide potential difference between the ends of the resistors, here say XY. Now suppose current is allowed to pass through the circuit by putting the key here, and this is the direction of electric current, that is from positive terminal to the negative terminal. When single cell is used having potential difference V1, we observe the electric current passing through the circuit, which is measured by reading the readings of ammeter. Suppose the current strength passing through the circuit corresponding to a single cell having potential difference V1 indicates that the electric current is due to a single cell. Now V1 is the potential difference between the resistor XY, and I1 is the current strength passing through the circuit, which is measured by ammeter. Suppose two cells are connected in this series, in this circuit, to have a battery of two cells. By adding one more cell, we have increased the potential difference between the terminals of the resistor, which is measured by the voltmeter. Suppose in this case the potential difference is V2 and the electric current corresponding to the potential difference V2 be I2. In the same way, if three cells are added or connected in this series, we get potential difference threefold as compared to the first, means V3, and the current strength corresponding to the potential difference V3 be I3. And the fourth cell, when added to this series to increase the current strength, the potential difference is now V4, and corresponding to this V4 potential difference, let the current is I4. So in this way, on increasing the cell, we can find out the various readings, various measure of the electric current corresponding to the potential difference. So by increasing potential difference, the current strength also gets changed. Let us see here, suppose we have found the potential difference and current as follows, that is current strength corresponding to potential difference V1 here is the PD, and this is the current. We get the data here. V1 at potential difference V1, current strength is I1. Potential difference V2, current strength is I2. Potential difference V3, current strength is I3. Potential difference V4, current strength is I4, and so on. In this way, if we continue the process like this, we get different values of current corresponding to the different values of potential difference. Now, on plotting, in order to have a relation between the potential difference and current strength, Ohm has performed this experiment and tried to find out the relation between the two quantities. It can be explained by drawing a graph between the potential difference and the current strength. When the graph was plotted between the current strength and the potential difference, he observed a straight line passing through the origin. See here, if we draw a graph, that is, this is origin, x-axis, y-axis. If we take current on the x-axis, current I, and potential difference on y-axis, we observed that suppose current is potential is V1, V2, V3, V4, and so on. So corresponding to V1, if current is I1, V2 current is I2, corresponding to V3 current is I3, and corresponding to V4 current is I4. If we cross the current axis with the potential difference axis, we get a straight line. That is, these two, when extended in upward direction, they intersect each other at the specific points, and if these points are joined together, they constitute a straight line. It indicates that these two quantities, that is electric current and potential difference, are related with each other directly. There is a proportional relation between the two quantities. So when the graph had been plotted between potential difference and current, he observed a straight line. By going through this experimental observation, Ohm found that the ratio of potential difference to the current strength is always a constant quantity. When he observed the ratio of V1 is to I1, he observed that V1 by I1 equal to V2 by I2 equal to V3 by I3 equal to V4 by I4, and so on. So the ratio of potential difference to the current strength is constant. V1 by I1 equal to V2 by I2 equal to V3 by I3 equal to V4 by I4 and V5 by I5, and so on. So ultimately we say that the ratio of potential difference to the current strength is constant. The constant is now called resistance of the conductor between which the potential difference was observed. So this is on the basis of this experimental observation, Ohms has proposed a law popularly known as Ohm's law, which represents the quantitative relation between current strength and the potential difference. So according to Ohm's law, what we observe here, potential difference is directly proportional to current strength, or we may say current strength is directly proportional to potential difference. But one thing is here, temperature is provided constant. So we may define or we may express the Ohm's law in the following way, that is potential at a given temperature, and for a given conductor, that is conducting material, provided that for a given conducting material and at constant temperature, the potential difference is directly proportional to current strength. Potential difference माने at constant temperature, the potential difference is directly proportional to current strength. That is, V is directly proportional to I. Where V is the potential difference and I is the current strength, or V equal to some constant R into I, where R is the constant of proportionality, known as resistance of the given conductor. So V equal to R into I, or you may say that V equal to IR, where R is the constant of proportionality and it is one of the characteristic feature of a conducting material, that is resistance. Resistance is actually the ability of the material to resist the smooth flow of the electric current. You know that electric current depends on the potential difference between the two terminals of a conductor, but the current strength is also influenced by the resistance of the conductor. Higher the resistance of a conductor, less will be the amount of electric current. So see here, we may write this equation first as V by I, or V by I equal to R, or R equal to V by I, equation second. Now, what is the resistance of a conductor? It is the ratio of potential difference is to current strength. It was observed that for each and every reading of potential difference corresponding to the current strength was found to be constant. This enabled the Ohm to propose this law. Now, we may say that the ratio of potential difference to the current strength is the measure of resistance of the conductor. Now, what is the SI unit of resistance? See here, we may define or the resistance or by finding the SI unit. SI unit of R means resistance. Resistance R. See here, R equal to V by I. You know that SI unit of potential difference is volt and current strength is ampere. Ampere, that is 1 volt by 1 ampere or volt per ampere. Volt per ampere. It is given another name, common name, that is ohm. The SI unit of resistance is ohm. What is ohm? That is volt per ampere. So, if we want to define 1 ohm of resistance, what does it mean? If a resistor is given, the resistance of the resistor is said to be 1 ohm if a current of 1 ampere passes through the through the conductor when the potential difference between the two terminals of the resistor is 1 volt. So when a current of 1 ampere is passing across the resistor having potential difference between the ends of the conductor is 1 volt, then the resistance of this conductor is said to be 1 ohm. So what is the SI unit? That is ohm, and how it can be defined, or what is its significance? The physical significance of 1 ohm is that when a current of 1 ampere is passing through the conductor whose terminals have a PD, potential difference 1 volt. So the potential difference 1 volt, current strength 1 ampere, then we can say that the resistance of the conductor is 1 ohm. So now we will discuss later more about the resistance and the law of resistances. But going to the laws of resistances, first of all, try to understand what are the factors upon which the resistance of a conductor depends. So the factors upon which the resistance of a conductor depend. When we try to understand the resistance of a conductor, it is not constant for all the situations for a given material. The conductors of a resistor or the resistance of the conductor depends on number of factors. There are 4 factors upon which the resistance depends. 1. The length of the conductor. Thickness of the conductor means area of cross section of the conducting wire across which current is passing, and the temperature of the conductor as well as the material of the conductor itself. So there are 4 factors which influence the amount of resistance of a given conductor. First of all, what is the relation between the resistance and the length of the resistors? At a given temperature and for a given material of the conducting substance, the resistance of the conductor is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. For a given thickness, temperature and the material, the resistance is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. Means if the given length of the given conductor is increased twice to its original length, the resistance of the conductor becomes double. Means twice the initial value. So if we reduce the length of the conductor to half of the original length, its resistance gets reduced to half of the original resistance value. So we see here, first of all, R is directly proportional to L. R is directly proportional to L. The second factor, that is thickness of the conductor. It is found that the resistance is inversely proportional to the area of cross section of the wire. What is area of cross section? Suppose that this is a wire. Now the circular area here, that is section of this circular cross section, is known as the area of cross section, is called area of cross section. So larger the area of cross section, a smaller will be the resistance of the conductor. So this can be expressed in the proportional relation as R is directly inversely proportional to area. It can be area of cross section. Area of cross section can be represented by A. So R varies as 1 by A, that is inversely proportional to area of cross section. Since these two factors are according to the proportional relation, and if the temperature and the given materials are constant, specified. So at a specific temperature and for a specific material, the resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to its length and inversely proportional to area of cross section. Now, if we combine both the relations together, we may write, है ना, we have what? R varies as L by A. R varies as L by A. This is the third relation, that is combined relation. If we remove the proportionality sign, we have to put a constant of proportionality. This constant of proportionality is written as rho. Means R is equal to rho into L by A. This is the relation where rho, what is this? Rho, we pronounce it as rho. This is the symbol, curved T like a structure. So this is a rho. It is one of the Greek alphabets. So Greek letters in the Greek alphabet, one of the letters of the Greek alphabet, rho. So rho is the proportionality, sign of proportionality, constant of proportionality, and it is called permittivity of the medium. It is called permittivity of the medium, or the specific resistance, of the conductor. See here, rho, constant of proportionality, it is called the specific resistance. Now we can specific resistance or the resistivity of the conductor. What does it mean? What do we mean by resistivity? What is resistivity? Resistivity implies that it is the ability to resist a smooth flow of electric current through the conductor. So rho represents the ability to resist the electric current, and it may be represented as, we can find out the relation here like this. If we rearrange the equation 4, we get rho equal to R into A by L. R into A by L. So what is the SI unit of resistivity? SI unit of resistivity, rho, equal to SI unit of resistance, that is ohm, into SI unit of current, SI unit of area, meter square, by the SI unit of length, that is meter. Here meter is cancelled out by meter square. So we have the unit ohm into meter, ohm meter. So the SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. Now greater the smaller the value of this resistivity, greater will be the ability of the resistor to conduct electricity. Means lower the value of resistivity, more is the conducting property of the material, means higher is its conductivity, means it can conduct the electricity through the conductor more easily. For different and other factors we have already discussed. So are the temperature. So how the resistance of the electric conductor or the resistor depend are the length, area of cross sections and temperature as well as the material. So temperature, by increasing temperature, the resistance of the conductor increases. That is why during the formulation of the law we have discussed or we have talked about a specific temperature, means at constant temperature, because the resistance, which is one of the important feature of the resistor, get influenced by temperature. So that will change the resistance of the conductor. That is why in order to have a relation between the resistance and its length and area of cross sections, we have to specify the temperature as well as the nature of the material. So higher the resistivity, value of resistivity, lower the conductivity, and lower the resistivity, higher the conductivity. We know that among the different materials, the resistivity of aluminum is silver is very less. That is, resistivity of silver is 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter, and that of copper is 1.62 into 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter. So in this way, as the resistivity increases, its conductivity decreases, that is, their smoothness of flow of electric current decreases. This is all about the Ohm's law and the laws of resistance. Now other things will be discussed in the next video. Thank you very much.